Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Building a Nation with Polonia Warszawa. If you couldn't already tell, it's really hot. In fact, those of you in England will know exactly which day this was recorded on, because I can tell you that it is about 36 degrees outside, so God knows what it's like in here under the lights and that. I've been sat in front of a fan for the past hour or so while I was doing some other stuff. Now it comes to this, fan comes off, so you're about to see one man's descent into lava like madness. But today we're starting on the page of Mateusz Konefal, one of our former players. He actually started his career at Stal, but we brought him in, played for us for quite a while, but he's forged a relatively solid career for himself since then. He even got some under-21 caps for Poland, the 29-year-old centre-back. I had high hopes for this dude, and I think he played well for us over a period of time. Let's just quickly check him out, though. So he's actually moved for a fair amount of money, relatively on a few times. He did a loan spell at Wisła, but basically didn't appear to play for them on that loan spell, which is a bit pointless of him, fair to say. Eventually moved to Corona for £1.1 million, and he never really kind of struck a chord there. But when he played in the second tier for them, he actually put up some decent numbers before moving back up to the top flight with Wisła Krakow for £500,000. Spent a little bit of time there, again dropping down before moving back up to the top flight, this time with Zag. He does love to be around the top flight. Every time he gets relegated, bam, he's getting a move back to the top flight again. So he's definitely good enough for the Ekstraklasa, which is nice to see. Now, we've got a fair amount of stuff because there's actually a lot of transfer stuff to talk about. Big ins and also big outs, some of which I wasn't really wanting, but my hand was forced, essentially. But we'll talk about that more in between. As it happens, there were no off-camera games, so we're going to jump straight into today's game against Wisła Krakow, coming back for the Manchester City one after that. Lots of stuff to talk about during the Wisła game, though, because I'm going to use that to discuss some stuff with you guys about what's going on. So, today, Wisła, managed by, hey, would you believe it? It's Wojciech Szczesny. He's back for his 5th stint as a manager in Poland, and yeah, he's taken over 15th place Wisła, so maybe he can work some magic and pull them off the relegation places in this league. I think it's unlikely, and he'll probably be sacked at the end of the year, but he's doing his best. So, we're going to go with this strategy, of course. Injury risk is high at the moment because we've been playing quite a lot of these players in pre-season. Lisek, obviously, he can't start. Actually, no, we want to play a rotated team, don't we? So, yeah, Fernino, Waterberg, Carroll, Edelberg is fine. Francisco, Vicente, I don't really want to play him there. I'd rather play Idchak. That's fine. Rosa, Pandurovic, Lama, Olivier, and of course, we're going to put Iglesias in goal. It's fine. You might notice there's some other names in here. We'll talk about those guys soon. Don't worry. There's some new boys. So on the bench, we're going to go with Lisek, Veras, Prado, Pimentina, Maka, Vicente, and Goncalves. Christmas Tree of Doom, lovely. They've got a player in the middle and midfield called Miguel Guevara. I assume he was a revolutionary signing for them. Okay, so first things first. Europa League draw was done a bit later on. Lechia got Juventus. Frustrating considering I was really hoping they'd get a decent draw as a result of getting through, but they did not. However, on the other hand, Lech Poznan did get PSV, and I think that might be a winnable tie for them, and that's huge for Polish football, because I think Lechia have actually got some chops to potentially go quite far in Europe, or at least get through 1, maybe 2 rounds. Oh, Edelberg! Lovely work from him there. Other news, Iglesias was goalkeeper of the year again by FIFA for the 2nd consecutive season and got in the team of the year for FIFA. At least he was on the bench for that, which is pretty damn nice. And Pereira was European Golden Boy this year, not Blaise Lisek, but hey, to have 2 players win it, Pandurovic is in the back of the net there, and it's 1-0 after 4 minutes. Uroš Pandurovic with his first goal of the year. There was some interest from some quite big clubs for him, and I don't really know why. But I guess he's just a really solid player. Olivier with another assist is always nice to see. Idchak was also some interest from Katowice for Idchak, which was interesting, and he actually wanted to leave. I convinced him to stay, but it was interesting that he was happy to leave. Lisek also won Polish Player of the Year, no surprises there. And of course, and also Vinjevich moved over to Qatar to play from CSKA where he was. Edelberg and Waterberg is at the back post, and it is now 2-0. Game, set and match here. Wojciech Szczesny's first game in charge here is not exactly going to plan. Donny Waterberg doing his thing. Paul Edelberg, he's a player that I brought in with big money and big intentions behind him, but he's not really fulfilled that just yet. But to be fair, Fopossi has been really, really solid this season, so he's been forced out the team. The last piece of sort of general news is that we got £2.5 million off of Patino because he moved from Sevilla to Bournemouth for like £5 million. So that was kind of cool. A little bit of extra money in the bank there. Would have liked a bit more, but that's just how it is. I'm a bit concerned about the Manchester City tie, I'm not going to lie. It was probably the toughest draw we possibly could have got, frankly. Edelberg, oh, the run beyond from Olivier. This is where he picks out one of his wonderful balls. Ball in. Carroll with a beautiful finish, and Olivier grabs himself another assist on the year. Alan Olivier is such an excellent player. He and Chabal really are that right-hand side in a nutshell. Lovely ball across the pitch. Edelberg does well to spot the run beyond, and it's actually a really good ball into the channel because it just means one touch, ball across, and Carroll with an excellent volleyed finish, making it only his 3rd goal of the season for Carroll. He's not had so many games this year. Waterberg to whip one in. Oh, and Firmino puts it in on the rebound. It's 4-0 in the first half. We're having a really good game today. Hitting the target with basically every shot. Firmino grabs his 16th goal of the year. I was expecting to see some interest from teams in January for him, but there actually wasn't any, which is very surprising. Because I have signed another striker. He's not here yet, but he will be, and he's coming in on free. And I would have been tempted to maybe move Firmino on, but the fact is, I love him. He just does such a good job for us. And oh god, they're down to 10 men. This is only going to get worse for them. I feel like there might be more goals in this game. Edelberg, oh, just going to crack on, see what we can come up with in the second half. Maybe bring in some of the youngsters who actually wanted to go out on loan, but we have kept him. Rursa. Oh, here we go. Good ball. Edelberg hits the post. Keeper's come and punch. It's not going to do much, I don't think. Edelberg now. Maybe with his left foot. Rursa to use his. All the way to the back post, and Carroll's hit the side netting. Firmino to whip one in. Oh, that's a long ball to the back post. And hello. Jacinto's got it, and he's held the ball up a long time. And it's been one back, though. Firmino's in again. Can he finish? Oh, side netting. I think our foot firmly came off the gas after getting 4-0 up in this one. And that's fine, really. A 4-0 victory is pretty solid. Saves some legs for the Manchester City game, even though most of these guys probably won't feature. 4-0 victory away from home. Very, very nice indeed. We keep on plumbing our way at the top of the league. Still unbeaten. Remember that. Right, now to Manchester City and lots of other stuff. Right then, guys, we're back. Hotter than before. I've actually got a paddle under my arm on the desk where I've been resting it. You just needed to know that information. Right, transfers, other stuff, Man City. So first up, Henningsen's gone out on loan to Villarreal for the rest of the season. 100 grand they're going to pay us, so I feel that was a reasonable amount, just extra money, you know? 100 grand a month, that is. Next up, Mateus Saavedra has left to join Ajax. Now, weirdly, normally what happens is I'll get a bid for a player and I'll usually just reject them outright straight away just to see if they're happy to stay or go. He complained about wanting to leave. I normally send Alberto Freitas. And usually, that does the trick really, really well. He's so good at this. But Saavedra actually kept kicking up a fuss. And in the end, I was like, he's not even going to get in our team particularly very much because of the fact that we've got Edelberg as well. So I figured, you know what, let's make this deal. 50% of next sale fee clause. He's gone for 12-something million, but it's rising to 13.5. So I think that's a decent deal, frankly. He's still a really good player, but he just wasn't going to get in our team very much. And I feel like there's more money to be made down the line. But the signing I was most sort of disappointed, but also not entirely surprised to lose was Diego Silva. Again, kicking up a fuss about not playing because we're not really using that system very much. And in the end, it was just a deal that had to be done. China came in. Usually he's not that bothered about leaving, but this time he really was for China for some reason. In the end, it was like a 12 or 13 million pound bid in the end that got the deal over the line with a 50% of next sale fee clause, which is why I had to bring in some reinforcements, which is what I've done. First of which is Mariano Bustos, who's come for £3.5 million from Atletico Tucumán over in Argentina. A youngster, again, for the future, but another good centre-back. I found him last year. I think he's just finally joined us. Similar story with Diego Diaz, who's come from Argentinos Juniors for 2.4 million. Just a young attacking midfielder as well. Again, I signed before, but finally been able to join us. Another in this vein is Dejan Jovanovic, who's come in from Partizan. Of course he has. For £1 million, I couldn't really say no to the lad. Now to the other deals, there's Volta Espina Gonçalves, who has come in from Getafe in there for £1.9 million, which I actually thought was a solid deal for a player of this kind of quality. Had a 10 million release clause, but he was complaining, so I figured we'll pay the 1.9 million, bring him in for a little bit, see how he does. But the biggest outlay, by a country mile, is Leonardo Moraes Prado, who you might have noticed was on the bench in the last match, and I think I brought him on as well. He is essentially Silva's replacement to come in here, because we're really lacking. But the thing is, being a young player, I figured it would be better to bring him in, because he's not going to complain about playing that much, and he's got room to grow. I think he's solid. He's got room to grow. He's not super tall. That's my one issue for him. But yeah, he is part Brazilian, which is why he's got that name. 15.75 million was it what it cost us to trigger his release clause. So a lot of money, I grant you, but I think it's a worthwhile investment over time, as we just wanted someone in that role, and I think he's going to do the job relatively well when called upon. I'll have to find out today, because he's going to be starting against City, I think. So a fair number of deals been done there, more so than usual, but I felt like it was for the best. I didn't really want to lose Diego Silva, or Saavedra for that matter, but Freitas' influence seems to be waning slightly, and that concerns me. Nice to see Wife Beater Matt has returned. Where's your Stella, pal? Pff, I don't drink Stella. I drink craft beer, obviously. That'd be much funnier if it wasn't completely true. Whether better change or Matt will end up getting banned from YouTube. Hey, I found t-shirts now, lads. It's fine. It's basically a wet t-shirt contest in here now. The Fanini Panini is selling out fast at the Polonia home games in response to Fanino's recent heroic antics. However, in a shock twist, it turns out that Fanini doesn't even like his own Panini. What the hell is this? He shouted after taking a bite. A blight? A bite. Got there in the end. Even my words can't work. Right then, Manchester City. This is a toughie. Really, we could not have got a more difficult tie here, and I'm concerned. But we're going to go out and do our best, and they've got a few players out injured, but I don't think it's that important. So we won't be playing this system. In fact, we're going to play the more defensive approach to this, because it's the away game, and I want to make sure we can kind of do that. So we'll do a quick pick and see what comes up. So obviously they'll want to put Falvella in there, which I will not be having. It's just not his role. So we'll be bringing in Leonardo Moraes Prado in there. So Pereira, Lisik, Treverio for Posse, Gorosito, Prado, Chabal, Falvella, Freitas, Iglesias, and Albarracin. Strong as an ox. So on the bench, we're going to go with Edelberg, Rosa, Orozco, Fernino, Pimentina, Carroll, and John Martinez, the young Spaniard. It's nice to see him getting some near the benches. I'm a little bit concerned about this because, like I've said, I really don't think we could have had a more difficult tie here. But I think the best we can really do is just go out here, play our natural game. Well, not a natural game. It's going to be... Prado is going to have his work cut out. His first ever start for us is away at Manchester City, and he's a youngster. But... I don't know, I just felt like it was for the best. Well, not that I have much choice. Silva kind of forced my hand on that one. Lisek, oh, nice work. Albarracin's already in behind. And a good chance for us early doors. It's just going to be so difficult. As long as we're still in the tie going into the second leg, because I'd hate to go out of this round, given our recent successes. Pereira, and it's a free kick. What I would say, though, is we've actually already gained more coefficient points this season than we did last year. Oh! Well, that's surely offside. Favela is definitely offside, but what an effort that was from Treverio. That very nearly nestled in the bottom corner, but a really good start for us so far. I don't know, he's probably miles offside, but what an effort this is. He's absolutely... Oh, what a bender that is. But I definitely don't want to go out, given how good the season has actually been, because I feel like this is a good opportunity for Poland to really pick up... Oh, God, it's the penalties! Well, we know it's going to be a penalty. It's always a penalty. Wow, the penalty was given. Who could have predicted that? Gorosito with a terrible tackle there. We're going to give them a chance here. That's really frustrating. Mbappe steps up and it's in the bottom corner and City have the lead. We've had all the possession, all the play so far. 10 minutes in. The penalties in Europe are back. Not a good start to the match, really. Great penalty from Mbappe's, but yeah, he must be quite old by now. It's a frustrating one so far. Lisek inside for Prado. Nothing he could do so far. Oh, nice ball for Albarracin. And it's to the back post for Posse. Cleared. Chabal. Oh, and it's out. And I think that's actually... It's going to be a corner. I think the deep lying forward doesn't work in this tactic. We need to move him back to an advanced forward. I think the only change we really need is the fullback situation with Chabal. Gorosito. Cutting through a few. Blocked. Lisek's in. Oh, what a great finish. And that is offside as well. I just think we need a bit more of an attacking approach. Here we go. Foulon. You've got to be joking me. Alright. I guess that's that then. What was that? It just looked like a simple header away. Foulon just picks it up, goes to the edge, and then just... Oh, come on. What a shit goal. Alright. I think we're going to have to go for it a bit more, and that is... God, the goals we conceded today, I tell you. See, it's not looking good. A 2-0 defeat would be virtually insurmountable. That would require some serious business in the next game. I just don't think we've got that in us. Run the fucking segment. What the f*** was that? I don't know if it's the heat, but... what is this? I have no words for that crap. Well, there you go. That's us out of the Champions League, isn't it? I honestly can't believe that bloody first half. A penalty, that random long-range goal that seemed like a nothing shot, and then that crap. They've been the better side in the end, but Christ on a mother-freaking bike. Where's that come from? I think we need to score a goal, really. 3-0 is... Well, we're out. If we lose 3-0 here, we are done. It's as simple as that, really. Screw it, I'm switching to the other tactic. We've got no choice. We have to go for this now. 3-0 is done if we don't. Good ball. We started this game so strongly, and it's such a shame to see it go the way that it has. The moment that penalty was given, everything just dropped away. Ball over the top for Pereira. Nobody in there. It's got men sort of coming forward. Gorosito, it's going to be a long ranger, isn't it? Yep, nothing. Ball downfield again. 25 minutes. Just get a goal back. Why are you heading it? Oh, it's just such garbage when they head the ball. Oh my God, we've actually won the ball. Orozco, can he slip it through for someone? Lisek, please, can he slip it through for someone? Pereira! It's offside. Are you joking? Why is he offside? He has no excuse for being offside here. Just hold your run. I'm sorry. I'm pretty certain the defender's arm can still... Alright. I know that the striker can't. Bow. Whip that a ball across. Back post. Lisek! Hits the post straight into the goalkeeper's arm. What a load of garbage. Like, the performance has been absolute trash. Don't get me wrong. But some of those goals, my God. For Posse's ball, oh my God. 3-0. I mean, come on. We haven't been good. Most of their shots were... Not most of them. They've had a lot of shots from range, so did we. Just utter shite, really. But there you go. That's what happens sometimes, I guess. I don't know what we could have done about some of those goals. Like, just, yeah. Right, so next episode is the second leg against Manchester City, where presumably we'll all be clutching our rosary beads as we try to hope for a miracle to try and come through. It ain't going to happen, is it? Let's face it. But there you go. We're going to have to do our best and hope that Lech are going to end up being the last team in bloody Europe at this rate. But there you go. We're going to slowly work our way backwards. Anyway, yeah, if you've enjoyed this episode, and that's our first defeat for the entire season, comes in that game out of nowhere. But there you go. That's how it is. Drop a like if you enjoyed that, I suppose. Do it anyway, out of pity. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode, where hopefully it won't be quite as hot, because I'm recording it tomorrow. We'll have to see. Anyway, I'll join you guys then. Thank you so much for watching, I suppose. Bye-bye.